Welcome to the Beer Den Podcast. Tonight we'll be drinking Elk Brewing's PB and Jelly.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Beer Den Podcast. My name is Ethan Hoopy.
And I'm Michael LaRoe. Tonight we're drinking an Elk Brewery beer. It is PB and Jelly. It's a PB and Jelly style ale.
Okay.
They kind of sneak it in there.
Yeah.
Little sneaky people. This one was pretty hazy when we poured it. It did pour a nice light amber color. I thought it was actually going to be a very nutty flavor.
Judging by the aroma, you would definitely think that it would be very nutty and kind of strong almost, because I felt like there was a lot of aroma to it. There were a lot of smells coming from it.
Right. I picked up, you kind of had to sniff it pretty closely, but there was a slight grape scent to it as well.
It was subtle. But it was subtle, but there.
I was blown away, though, when we tried this.
Yeah.
Because it was just an insanely, fruity and grapey finish to it.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, really good Concord grape finish. It was very smooth all the way through. I felt like it had sort of a nutty upfront flavor that then transitions really well into that jelly. And so it really is a good representation of as close as you can get to a peanut butter and jelly beer.
Yeah. Brought a tear to my eye. It was so good. The fact that they did it as an ale, I think, is pretty crazy as well. Because you would expect this to be some sort of porter or
like a stout.
Yeah, exactly.
Something, because a lot of those do almost naturally have that nutty flavor to it. But yeah, I wonder if the reason why they went for more of an ale was because in order to get that kind of fruitiness, they wanted something a bit lighter.
Yeah. Up front, it had a slight tingle when you drink it, but then like you said, it really smooths out the rest of the way for it. It's very restrained and little to no drying astringency to it at all whatsoever.
Yeah, it's very refreshing.
And flavor-wise, again, fruity, very much on the Concord grapes. I wouldn't even say, we brought up the aroma of it, thinking it was going to be really peanut buttery, and I didn't even think it was too peanut buttery. It's there, it's subtle.
I think it's very subtle right up front, but and maybe in all honesty, because the smell had so much peanut butter in it, maybe that's what I'm getting is from the smell it's translating into taste a little bit, but yeah, it's very subtle up front, but the rest of it is very fruity and very smooth and clean.
We base everything on 3 criteria. We have quality out of 50 points, value out of 25, and design out of 25. I scored this out of 45, and I am confident that that is what it deserves. The flavor is amazingly smooth. It's sweet. It's not overwhelmingly grape. Almost though, this was almost not even like drinking a beer.
Yeah.
It was just delicious and
almost
put together.
Almost like a really smooth cider, maybe.
Yeah.
It has that kind of fruitiness and stuff.
Yeah. And so 45, I think, is exceptional. I think that is kudos.
Yeah.
Great job.
I ended up going with a 42, which is still really high up there. Pretty much all the same points. I thought it was really smooth, a very enjoyable beer. I think this is something that you can definitely give to people, and they would it's very universal in that I think almost anybody would find something that they enjoy drinking it. So yeah, 42, I think that's pretty good. As far as value, this came in at $11.50 a 6-pack. What did you end up giving it as far as value score?
I scored it at an 18. Again, flavor-wise, it was amazing. And so I would at least be willing to pay probably even $12 for a 6-pack of it, because this is delicious stuff. I would have no issues buying a 6-pack of this weekly to go through it. In fact, I'm disappointed that I'm currently out of the one that I do have.
Yeah, right.
So it might be another trip to the craft beer store to get some.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I thought the price very reasonable, and especially in regards to the flavor. Like, this is such a good, smooth beer, and I think that at $11.50, totally worth it. I actually ended up giving it a 20 for this one, so I really liked it, and I thought the value of it is spot on.
Design, I scored this at an 18. I would say design was mostly the thing I was disappointed about in this overall package. It does have the alcohol content, 5%. There's no canning date or best buy date on it, so I did have to take off some points for that. It does have a short description, peanutty up front with a Concord grape finish. So you do kind of know what to expect, but at the same time, I think it kind of underplays that Concord grape that they have in it. I think that was just a really good flavor that they had going for them there. It does have the social media symbols on it, showing that they at least have those made up and you could search for them on there, but it doesn't have the
actual addresses.
The address of them.
Yeah.
It does, however, have their website address, which I think everybody should have on their bottles or cans.
In this modern age.
What did you think of the overall design, Ethan?
I thought it was pretty good. I think it touches on a lot of things that we look for. But then even like what you said, the fact that it doesn't have any kind of Best Buy or canning date definitely hurts it. I really wish that we could have seen that on there. Another thing for me in particular was the description. I really would like to see a bit more detailed description. It touches on like the two main aspects of the beer, but those are kind of two very obvious things. I mean, you're buying a peanut butter and jelly beer. I would expect some peanut flavors and some Concord grape flavors, you know?
Right.
So I almost wish that they would have gone a little bit deeper with it, even if it was just flavor text. I wish that there was a little bit something extra. So I ended up giving it a 17.
One thing I didn't like about the label as well is it's kind of chopped up. Like, you have the main part where the name of the beer is, and they're like peanut butter and jelly swirling together. And then where the cash refund when you turn in the can and the Surgeon General warning and the barcode, like that's a whole nother like section. Yeah. That's like in a different like color and format.
It goes from really fun and like, you know, like something you would see like in the peanut butter and jelly section of like your grocery store, to something just kind of plain and like, you know, something I guess you would find on a beer can.
Yeah.
And so it's not very consistent as far as its like styling.
Well, and then even on top of that, up at the top of the can, there's kind of like this wood grain where they have their name and where they're founded and established. So it's almost like having 3 different labels. And so that's kind of wonky to me.
Yeah.
But overall, Ethan, that is a 79 for you and an 81 for myself. So altogether, this is an 80 for Elk Brewing's PB and Jelly beer. And I'm going to go get some more because that was f***ing delicious.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for listening to another Beer Den review.
Don't forget to follow us on social media. Links down in the description.
Subscribe, like, and share. And if there are any beers you would like us to try out, leave them in the comments below.
We'll see you on the next episode of the Beer Den Podcast.